'cause it's the bottom line. 'Cause Stone Cold said so.
Feed me more.
You just made the list.
Rest in peace.
What up, armchair boogers?
Hey.
Again, like we're coming off of recording our Money in the Bank 2019 review of the show as we get into our review for Raw and Smackdown of the 20th and 21st of May 2019, respectively, 2021. But first, again, start this video off, I would like to also, again, say rest in peace to the 2005 Diva Search winner, Ashley Massaro. Again, anytime somebody passes away, it is always a very, very tragic event, no matter how prominent or not their name is. Rest in peace, Ashley Massaro. That being said, we're going to get into this review of the fallout of Money in the Bank 2019. So, we open the show with the new Mr. Money in the Bank talking about, with Brock Lesnar, not Brock Lesnar, with Paul Heyman as advocate, and talking about, him winning and whatnot. And, the one thing everybody was talking about besides this, which, I've always said I like personalized win taunts, win poses, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's on Brock for the whole Boombox.
As much as I hate this Money in the Bank run in general, I do like the fucking Boombox entrance with it to the music. I'm like, that's gift worthy. That's definitely one of those things where people can just be like, oh yeah, I'm strolling up in here after, a day of work, like going to stroll into the party, like, you got Brock coming in with the briefcase
thing. I liked it. I did like it. It was cool. Some people are saying, well, doing the briefcase like a boombox. If that's what this is gonna be, if that's where we go, I could be okay with this. A lot of people are making it almost seem as though the boombox briefcase.
It works with
almost erased him.
It works with the whole "fucking all y'all, I won anyway" thing as well. Like he's the fucking overconfidence coming in. Also, a bunch of people, because it was kind of split with the Money in the Bank reactions. A lot of people hated it, but there were a bunch of people that are like, well, you know what? That's probably the most Brock Lesnar thing to do. Just he's the smartest man in wrestling.
I wasn't okay with it, but if you're gonna go there, I guess that is the most Brock Lesnar thing to do as far as 2017, 18, 19 Brock Lesnar. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, it's not the most Brock Lesnar, but no, just walk in and get the title, or get it after everybody does all the work and kills themselves. He just kind of walks in and gets what he wants. Yeah,
he didn't walk in. He ran in and pushed the ladder over on some fucking crew. But
that's the other reason I was upset with Brock getting it, because the same reason I would have been upset if Wendy won, because Brock literally can just walk up and go, "Me want title match."
Yes,
he doesn't need Money in the Bank.
Yes,
so that's why I thought that was stupid. But go ahead.
Yo, man. I don't want any of the veterans who've been doing this for a minute to never win again but it's been so much of the veterans getting so much, like next to a lot of the like people who've been doing it for a while, and Roman.
Like Money in the Bank should be like a career launcher
Yeah.
or
Either.
a career promotion, if you will.
Mm.
It should be a career promotion. Maybe not launcher, but a promotion. It should promote just that. If you're already at the fucking apex, you don't need fucking Money in the Bank. Unless you made a big ass story that's convincing about said guy at apex, going for like the new guy at the apex and trying to get at the vengeance. Or let's say John Cena, if his storyline that one time when he entered the Royal Rumble wasn't how the hell can I find a match at WrestleMania, but if let's say the Authority or some other person in charge had just kept shitting on all his like opportunities and they eventually banned him from having a match at WrestleMania, in which case this is my only way to get the loophole and the fans have gotten behind it because they want to see this person get their comeuppance, then sure, someone at the apex can win the Money in the Bank or the Royal Rumble to do that. But when you're already like multi-time champion, record for longest title run and all that shit, you don't need no fucking Money in the Bank.
And I mean, don't get me wrong. Every now and then, Money in the Bank included, but every now and then, as fans, we need to get like trolled. We need to get, we don't need to get what we want. So I'll give you that. But a lot of the time, it should be a jump off. Like
It's
yes,
every fucking week. It's a fucking troll. Every
yes, no, I
fucking
agree.
pay-per-view is a fucking troll. That's the problem. Once in a while, the troll thing is like kind of funny because then it's unexpected. And it's unexpected in a good way. There's pleasantly surprised, and then there's just what happened on Monday in the Bank. But we're talking about Monday Night Raw.
True. We're talking about Raw. The whole boombox thing, like I said, some people are saying, the boombox like briefcase almost erases the fact that Brock won and how bad it is. I'm like, no, y'all funny.
It doesn't, but it was good.
Rollins and Kingston come out after Paul Heyman is talking about, Brock having the case and everything, and they basically, they be the fighting champs and the faces they are opposite Brock.
To be fair, fucking Paul Heyman was talking shit about sneaking up on each of them anyway, so.
Yeah, he was.
And they both came out to be like.
They come out and they're like, well, bro, come on, and if you're going to do this, let's do this, right?
Yeah. Because that's how people lose their Money in the Bank contracts. They tell you face to face when they're going to fight you.
Right. Except RVD. Contract. Title. Anyway, you know what I'm trying to say. Braun Strowman had a match against Sami Zayn. Gotta be honest, man, I don't remember this match that much. Maybe you could clue me in, Pete, or we can keep it moving.
What was the match?
Braun Strowman against Sami Zayn. Braun won.
It wasn't much of a match.
I don't remember this match happening.
Because eventually Sami fucking ran and Braun just chased him out.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why you don't remember it.
Okay.
Oh, no. Braun chased him, grabbed him, brought him back, and then power slammed him. It was literally just what you expected. Sammy screwed Braun over. Here's his comeuppance because he fucked with Mr. I'm not finished with you. And lo and behold, he wasn't finished with him, and he came out and fucking ate him.
Did you see what the back of my man's shirt said?
I'm not finished with you.
I know. First thing I thought about was your ass, because how much you always talk about you love that shit.
He's Mr. I'm not finished with you. And he doesn't forget.
He's promoting it now, though. He's promoting it now.
He doesn't forgive. He doesn't forget. He's Braun fucking Strowman. Only time he's finished with you is when someone else starts shit with him. And then he's like, new target.
Hence him fucking with Sammy after fucking with Baron and Drew or whatever.
Yeah.
Because they made sure that shit was funny. They made sure Braun lost, and then said, "Sammy, what the fuck? Get the fuck out of here!"
Yeah, they're like, nope, there he is. He's the one that got you in this match in the first place.
His ass to the wolves.
Anyway, that's the smartest shit they did.
That shit was hilarious. But yeah, so then next we got this Lars Sullivan Lucha House Party. What is this Lars Sullivan Lucha House Party thing we got, man? What is this? We're gonna have an exclusive interview in the ring with Lars Sullivan Lucha House Party come in. They're like, nah, Lars. Lars was like, excuse me?
I'm actually starting to think that he might not have the best mic skills. And that's why they don't let him talk.
I'm just wondering what's up, like, with Lucha House Party is like they're basically just like, go out and keep getting your ass
They
kicked.
were a fucking joke to begin with.
Yeah, but I mean, Hurricane back in the day was a joke, but he didn't get his ass kicked all the damn time. You're making a face. I can see you on the camera through Skype. You're making a face.
Pretty sure. Maybe not when it first started, but definitely by the end of it. Because he's a little guy. In a goofy costume. That's mwah for Vince. Yes. Big guy shits on goofy guy in little guy in goofy costume. Ah, yes. I never get over that. Oh, what's the gift? Him in the chair? Ah. Ah.
Yeah. No, Eugene was a fucking joke back in the day. Shouldn't have been. Looking back, it was like, ooh, we did that shit. Like some shit in the Attitude Era where it's like, ooh, our ruthless aggression. Where it's like, ooh, that was a joke back then. But Eugene was supposed to be a joke and didn't lose all the fucking time.
No, he even had a good spree in there. And the Lucha House Party, to be fair, they'd been a joke the whole time, but they started off, the joke was, they keep beating the Revival.
So they just passed it on. Goddamn. It got passed on to them.
Yeah, they kept coming out cheating against the Revival, and we were supposed to cheer them for it.
I went back and looked at a little snippet of a Lucha House rules match where basically they could just rotate themselves in without having to tag and just fight whenever they wanted.
3v2. It was literally, we're about to cheat. Ha ha! Fuck you, Revival. The good guys are cheating.
Yo, like I said, because we were talking about that a few weeks ago, and I was like, what is that? I looked at it. There was nothing fair. They didn't have to tag. It was 3-on-2, and then they could just come in when they wanted.
Yep. Lucha House rules.
Why didn't they just start all in the ring at one time and just say, like...
And I think there were other matches that weren't even, like, tag matches, but they still did it as, like, Lucha House rules, and it literally just... Pretty much whatever stipulation the Revival tried to come up with that week to get around Lucha House rules, they then went, this is under Lucha House rules, which says that your stipulation doesn't matter.
But yeah, no, but anyway, getting back to it. No, I agree with you though that I'm assuming that Lars's mic skills are probably ass. Yes, they are. If not ass, they're probably the next best thing to ass.
Booty.
Like, yeah, like right, right. I was thinking about making that joke, but yeah, but he is huge, like big as fuck, and then with the big beard, goatee, and the body hair, he looks, and like being bald, and I'm gonna be honest too, the yellow teeth, all that shit makes my dude look fucking frightening. So like he definitely got that going for him. And with the freak accident slam and the big ass fucking like power bomb out the corner, yeah, we'll see what happens because another big dude who was huge or whatever lost his mouthpiece with Leo Rush. So we'll see what happens as far as like if
that was funny too. Speaking of people who don't forgive and don't forget, right before the fucking Braun Strowman match, Sami Zayn's like, "So Bobby, you gonna help me out against this?"
Oh yeah.
And after all that bullshit last summer with Sami Zayn and Bobby Lashley, and Bobby Lashley like, "No, I'm not helping you."
Walked away. That shit was funny.
How about you soften Braun up for me? Like, damn. Like, well, good on you, Bobby. You didn't forgive either.
They had like, we won't get into it, but that feud was one of the worst feuds of last year, if not the worst. And Bobby Lashley's sisters. Oh my god. All right. But yeah, basically, bro, building up Lars Sullivan, I don't know if this is a little bit of the punishment of his comments and whatever that they stop, or maybe they're trying to actually like contain and like make it a feud. But I thought he would look way more destructible when he was whooping everybody's ass instead of just Lucha House Party. And Lucha House Party, clearly y'all are just nothing right now. Make Lars Sullivan look good, get shot on. Okay, cool. Like, Maybe there will be a 3-on-1 at the next pay-per-view. Not Super Showdown, but the one after that or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So, next, Cesaro and Ricochet. Not a fast match. I mean, not a fast match. Not a long match. Pretty quick match. But a good one. But then again, it's Cesaro and Ricochet.
Dude, Ricochet was fucked the second Cesaro's new music hit. Can we say, it's about damn time. Like, he fully assimilated Sheamus and changed the music. He took Sheamus's green lighting and everything. And just all right, assimilation complete. Now here's my new, actual, intimidating ass music. And it's oh, Ricochet, you are fucked. You're not winning this.
He took away the wee.
Yeah, they took away the damn siren. It's oh, God. Ricochet, I'm sorry, buddy, you're losing. And sure enough, they let the man use the fucking neutralizer again.
Which they're calling the Gotch neutralizer now. When did it become the Gotch neutralizer?
Monday.
Yeah, because Corey Graves said that shit, and I'm like, was it just a neutralizer? What happened? Anyway.
Gotch might have something to do with stuff.
Because I think of Simon when I think of Gotch.
So. Well, it might be a Sweden thing. No.
Who knows?
Or but Swiss. No, yeah. Swiss thing.
It was a good match, but of course, new Cesaro, we'll see what happens. It sucks, man, going back to the whole Sheamus thing. I hope that shit ain't career ending, but it looks like it. Mm-hmm. And that's terrible, bro. Whatever's wrong with Sheamus, it looks like it's going to be career ending, man, and that's awful. Especially because I think that this bar shit is some of the best shit I think Sheamus has done his whole career.
Oh, it is.
But then, even barring that, just anybody career injury is awful. You know what I'm saying?
Barring.
Oh, shit. I wasn't trying to even go there. Then we have Shane McMahon, Roman Reigns. They, have some words or whatever backstage. Shane is like, okay, I ain't gonna fight you now, but yeah, I'll fight you Super Showdown. Yo, ever since fucking Greatest Royal Rumble, and of course Crown Jewel, but ever since Greatest Royal Rumble, everybody realized all this overseas shit that is built up like this, especially in Saudi Arabia, it's a glorified house show. We know it is. We ain't getting our hopes up for this shit. We're not. I'm just gonna be honest. We still have to do, because it is a big event, we still got to do picks and predictions, and we got to grade and all that stuff, because that's what we do here at Call It in the Ring podcast, for what it's worth.
I'm scared they're going to actually have Demon Balor lose.
Yeah, Demon is going against I forget who. But yeah, Demon is in that. Andrade? Yeah, they're promoting Andrade. Okay, then the Revival versus the Usos. They actually let the Usos, not the Usos, they actually let the Revival, have a pretty quality match against a quality tag team. This was a good match.
Mm-hmm. It's lo and behold, the Revival are actually good.
Yes, this match was worth something, man.
Yeah.
It was back and forth. You got two of the best tag teams in the company, in that ring. What did you expect was going to happen?
Yeah, it was the Uso Penitentiary, and you had new inmates. Unfortunately, those new inmates go hard. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like every week you find a way to sing a snippet of their fucking theme song.
Hey, they proud of the people who be ready to fight. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
Say yeah.
Keep going. No, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
You know way more words than you should. Come on.
No, I know all the words. We're done. I just did that part.
You done?
Yeah.
You done?
Yeah.
So if I start talking, you're not going to cut me off?
No. Not about that, no.
And sing the word? Okay. So if I say, yeah, the Revival ended up winning.
They did.
And rightfully so. As much as I like the Usos, at least they give the Revival something. I was not upset about this, although I wouldn't have been upset about either team winning.
Yeah, no, I wasn't upset either. Why would you be upset about the Revival winning? I mean, they're not upset about anything.
I'm afraid to fucking talk. Anyway.
I mean, if I would, I could have just kept talking. I would have just cutting you off. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, they're not upset about anything. They ain't ashamed that they came with a bark. You know, you let them control them. Everybody's worse than they are. That's just how it goes.
Okay, there we go. All right, but yeah, we'll see what happens with this whole Revival Usos thing. I'm pretty sure that not at the Super Showdown, but the one after that. At the one after that, we're gonna have a Usos Revival match. Next, we have a little backstage segment where Becky Lynch was talking to what was it, Bailey? I believe it was. Or was I wrong?
Charlie, and then Bailey showed up, or Charlie was talking to Bailey, and then Becky showed up, or something like that.
But
or was that on SmackDown?
That might have been on SmackDown, and I could be wrong about that. Yeah, that was on SmackDown. I'm getting those mixed up. Yeah, it was on SmackDown. I'm getting that shit mixed up because we had a moment of bliss. That's what it was, and we had Alexa Bliss talking to, Nikki Cross or whatever, and they have the Nikki Cross, normal Nikki Cross, but being crazy in the ring. That's still weird, man.
It is.
That's still weird.
I don't know how I feel. I don't know how I feel about that.
Keep her crazy the whole way through, or keep her normal the whole way through, but being normal and then being crazy after she was crazy the whole time, strange. I liked when Nikki was just nuts constantly.
She was a little too crazy for me, but it worked, I guess.
Honestly, Nikki Cross was one of my favorite people coming out of NXT for the little bit I knew of NXT because of being nutso. I was like, bruh, she could fucking go in the ring, like, be entertaining and shit, and then her being nuts was good. That match she had against Shayna Baszler, and then, like, I saw little clips of them when they were going back and forth on the mic. A little bit they killed on the mic. Shayna Baszler's mic skills are But, did Shayna, did. That shit was so good. That shit was so good. And now she's just, hey, Alexa. Yeah. Oh, okay, I'll help you. What the fuck?
Yeah, she's like an Alexa Bliss fangirl now and shit.
Yeah, now she's like her lackey, right? I will say this was funny. When they sat out there, they had the moment of bliss. She's sitting in the chair. The dude brings the coffee out. Alexa dumped both, like, the coffee in one mug and then gave Nikki the empty shit. And then, like, more people came out. Becky Lynch comes out. Lacey Evans come out. And then Nikki was like, she had to get up. So then she moved. And Lex was like, ah. And she moved again. And she's like, ah. Like, scaring her, startling her shit. That was funny. But then, like, in the middle of them talking, and I gotta say, man, I laughed and I applauded and I said, welcome back, ladies, I missed you. When the Iconics came out and interrupted them. Like, I was like, yes.
Oh, my God.
Welcome back. I'm good. I'm glad to see y'all back. Welcome back, y'all. It's been a while. I went from hating the Iconics to loving them.
I don't love them. I don't full on hate them. They're the Iconics. Because while I respect the game, the annoyingness, and I admit that they do it well.
Yes.
They are really good at being annoying.
But they're getting better on the mic, and they're getting better at crowd control. You don't agree?
It's what it is. I'm not confirming or denying. Just thinking.
Who's better on the mic? Iconics, Baron Corbin. You gotta think that hard. Never mind. Yo. Oh my gosh. You gotta think that hard for real.
Well, I mean, wow. I don't think either is completely terrible, nor do I think any is like that astonishing. I think they both work for what their characters are doing. I'm gonna say even.
I'm not saying Iconics.
I'm gonna say even.
Or CM Punk, John Cena, Rock, Stone Cold status.
I'm not gonna say the Bailey status. How about that?
They're not Bailey status either. But I'm also not gonna say that the Iconics. I'm gonna say the Iconics are like better than Baron right now. Anyway, that being said, we had a short but sweet Firefly Funhouse this week. I liked it. What I liked about it was, one, it kept the whole, like, creepiness going. It said let him in to get that over even more so. And it was, like, in and out. It was like, okay, we revealed this crazy mask thing, and now we're done. Good. I like that. I like that. What do you think about it, man?
I did like having the longer theme song and then that happening. But at the moment, the two main things I watched the show for are Braun and Bray. and they kind of like blew their load on the two of them pretty early. And it's like,
True.
okay.
It definitely wasn't a lot of Bray on this show. Because that was it.
Where are we going with this, Raw? Anyway, go ahead. Like this doesn't bode well. NBA Finals is on another channel. We're gonna switch to that.
Shit. Oh shit.
Or NBA Conference Finals. Sorry, before like the sports fans can act. The NBA Finals starts on May 30th. Shut up.
You right there, buddy? Anyway, all right. So then we have a match coming up. We have the match we have is we come back and Alexa Bliss against Nikki Cross and Becky Lynch against Lacey Evans and the Iconics. Lacey Evans said,
"What I love is them like deciding to do the 3-person match or a 6-woman tag, and they needed a teammate." And Becky's like, Alexa can do. And Alexa's like, I know, I'm here, I'm drinking my coffee. Just sit by the ring and look pretty, come on. And then they go down there, and she actually does just sit there and drink coffee the whole fucking match. It was fantastic.
I loved it. She wasn't even on the apron.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
On the fucking like floor.
It was a great. It's a great way to continue to cover up the fact that there's probably something wrong and she can't.
Concussion issues and shit like that. Yeah, and it did a lot because it kept Alexa as the whole like heel that is like full of shit but not admitting it. It kept Nikki with her whole being oblivious thing for whatever they're doing, and it made Becky look good because Becky is like, yo, I'm the whole man or whatever thing. Yeah,
me and Nikki can take care of this. We literally don't need to tag you in.
I'm with everybody's, and Becky with the whole, I'm with everybody's ass on my own. Like, if all three of them looked good, and then on the Iconics Lacey Evans side, it made Lacey Evans look good because she fucking walked away, so it kept that going with her being the heel. Like, fuck this shit. The only people that it kind of hurt, if it hurt anybody, would have been the Iconics, but the Iconics are used to fucking losing.
Well, I'm gonna say that's just saying that taking a pin hurts you. But I'll tell you what hurts the Iconics: the fact that they ain't defended those fucking belts yet.
They haven't. Becky Lynch brought that up too. I think she said something like, "At least I've defended my title." Because they said something about she lost. She said, "At least I defended the title more than y'all," or something like that. I forget exactly what she said.
I defended it more in one night than you guys did in like the past like month or something like along those lines.
Which is, again, everybody thinks WWE is not self-aware. They know what's going on, people. That's just a little nod to be like, we know what's happening.
Well, the wrestlers sure do.
Acknowledging it or not. So, but no, I think that this match did everything that it was supposed to do for everybody who was involved, and I liked everything from the moment of bliss to the match itself. So, yeah. I do hope that Alexa can get whatever is stopping her from wrestling under control, though, man. Because, yeah, like the backstage segments and whatnot, they're good. But, you know, I want to see her back in the ring, you know. But she is great on the mic. She's one of the top people on the mic in the company right now. Anyway, then we get to the biggest thing. Probably the biggest thing to happen. I'd say the biggest thing to happen this week on Raw and SmackDown, and it made sense why Mick Foley was the one to unveil it. Now, when I first heard on Money in the Bank that they were gonna have a new title, my first thought was, bruh, we already got a lot of goddamn titles. I'm okay with the number, but we don't need another one. We're good with what we got. Mick Foley, who is like synonymous with the Hardcore Championship, first ever Hardcore Champion, whatever, introduces the 24/7 belt.
Why not the Hardcore belt? Just revive the Hardcore belt. Fucking 24/7 title? What the fuck?
You can't have Hardcore and PG era.
It's the exact same rule set.
It's the exact same. It's their way of finding a loophole to have a Hardcore belt in the PG era. You can't have Hardcore in PG. You can't do it.
Well, so then don't have Mick make a speech about it's time to make Raw again.
Which already is like bad, just in the sense I don't care about politics, but people who do, that's not. I was like, ooh.
Dude, memes is memes. Make something great again is a fucking meme. Because
again, like I said, I didn't care, but I'm like, ooh, some people will. Some people will think way too hard about, like, will really get into that one.
People think something's wrong when the sky is blue. Why can't the sky be black? Think it's daytime. I'm sorry, man. Sorry.
What the fuck?
That was a bad example about me getting mad about people. That was a bad example about me getting mad of people overreacting to everything nowadays.
I'm more laughing not at you doing that, but you being like, "Damn, that was bad."
Me going full Booker T with it, you know.
Shit. But yo, no. What?
Huh? I'm laughing at myself. I said I went full like Booker T with it. Just got a little too real, and then immediately the immediate regret, like, oh no.
Oh, we coming for you.
Yeah.
I didn't reference you were making, but no. Like for what this belt is, this is their way, like I said, of having the hardcore title in the PG era because they're not about to have.
To be fair, I get that, but still, have someone else announce it then. Don't.
It's just to have Mick Foley do it because he's.
It would make more sense. Yeah, that's and that again is the thing. It's synonymous with the hardcore belt. Okay, the whole reason they did this 24/7 belt was to try to appeal to people's nostalgia, right?
I would say to appeal to nostalgia could be one of them. To add something new to this era, yeah, and also to give a lot of the mid carders who are floundering something to do.
I suppose because it was just like, and it has only really been jobbers chasing after this belt.
Exactly, which is why I'm saying it's giving them something to fucking do.
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
Like, I'm not too mad with the idea. I just kind of don't like the misleading. Like, oh man, they're trying to fix the show before this AEW thing, and to actually be competitive, and then they just Don't make the speech about we need to go back to the old days because things have gotten too soft around here.
And I mean, like, everybody's talking about the belt design too. I don't hate the belt design. It's alright. It's nothing special. I don't hate it. People shitting on it. I don't hate it.
It's better than I initially felt. I still don't necessarily like it, but it's better than I initially felt. It's just you also got to remember the whole thing that I just went through of everyone expecting, especially with the way Mick's speech was going, like oh crap, hardcore belt, and then what is that?
You see, now that I can tend to be aloof and oblivious sometimes with stuff, but I was like not thinking, oh, this is gonna be hardcore. It's gonna be hardcore. I was just like, oh, what is the belt gonna be?
Like at first, I was, what's it gonna be? But the more he was talking about like how everybody's soft nowadays, Monday Night Raw's not interesting. We need to make it more like it used to be. We need to make Monday Night Raw again and all that stuff. That's about as much, hey, smarks out there, you want the attitude era of old. We're going to give you the attitude era of old. And then, no, I'm saying that's how he tried to present it with his speech. Obviously, they can't go full on attitude because PG era, which I even said that to my roommate Mike. Like, I get it, they can't necessarily say hardcore because of that, but still, don't present it as be like, hey, we got a new title, hey, it's the 24/7 championship. It involves this, and it starts now. Not, here's all the things that, here's Mick Foley, hardcore legend. You don't associate anything with him other than hardcore, even though you should associate other stuff with them, but let's be honest, He's the fucking hardcore legend. He comes out going, everybody's too fucking soft now, and I'm gonna make shit real again, and all of this stuff with his speech. And then he starts listing the rules involving the championship and like how, no disqualifications and literally just listing everything involving the hardcore championship. And then went, bam, 24/7.
And then I know Mick Foley is your favorite wrestler too. So
definitely one of them. Like, he's definitely, well, here's the thing. I'm older. People can have the chance. Like, he's definitely top 5 for me. Like,
okay, I thought he was your favorite.
Like, well, when I was younger, I fucking loved them. Like, Taker is probably number 1 now, but Stone Cold and Rock, you can't say no to Stone Cold and Rock.
I mean, yeah, come on.
Glass shatter, dude starts yelling, and you're like, oh shit, here they come. So that's why I'm like, technically, he's top 5. Like when I was younger, I was like, oh man, if I wrestled, especially because I've never been the most athletic, he definitely was idol status for me
I
because
remember that too.
that's the best way that someone non-athletic could be like that. And I was perfectly willing back then to do whatever I wanted to my body to do that. But now
Yeah, he
I'm a
was-
grown man, and my body ended up being in the shape it is now. Not just talking about weight and stuff, but like my joint pains and all this stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
And I never wrestled before in my life. No. Because if I wanted to wrestle, I could try to get fit and try and go to Ty Dillinger and Tyler Breeze's gym they opened up in the city down here. But because they just recently opened up a wrestling school.
Speaking of Ty Dillinger, he apparently is the newest signee to AEW.
Yep, and no longer a customer at the Jimmy John's I work at. He was a regular at the Jimmy John's I worked at. But
Yeah,
then
I
he
remember
saw the
something.
picture from like 10 years ago that was photoshopped and said he's no longer going to be a customer on Twitter.
Yeah, without
Sad
going
boys.
into that, because I remember what you
Sad
talking about.
boys.
Going to that. But no, man, my thing was everything you were saying. Like, you said you liked the idea, you just didn't like. You just felt that the speech was misleading. Basically.
Yeah. Like, well, and I'm going to hold out the verdict for how I feel about the championship itself. At first, it's like, cool, you introduced this new title and then had it change hands twice in like 10 minutes.
My whole thing is,
But
go ahead.
with SmackDown, with what happened on SmackDown, I'm going to get this more time. Because you got to at least build it up a little bit. Don't be a
Right.
title that can change hands every 5 minutes. Like, that's cool to have an episode or two where that happens.
Especially because it's new.
But, or like, hell, Hardcore Championship back in the day had its times where, hey, the episode went, hey, this guy got off the plane at the airport and they beat each other up and someone
Dude,
took the
when the
title.
Godfather's hoes had the title for a second. Like,
Yeah.
come on.
And that's fine. That's fine. It was just, but there were also people with like actual reigns in there.
Yes, this is true. Crash Holly actually, rest in peace. Crash Holly was the one who invented and instituted the 24/7 rule.
Mm-hmm.
It did. The hardcore title didn't originally have that, and I don't remember exactly how it happened. But Crash said something like, I want to defend it, whatever.
Yeah.
Shit. No, but like we will, like as long as they don't overdo it. That's the thing, is they don't overdo it, and I think it's fine for what they did from Raw and SmackDown with this title.
Yeah. In
because-
combination, I liked it. On Raw, it was like, okay, guys. Also, I liked the thing at the end of the night, but we can get there.
But I would say as long as they don't overdo it, but to establish it, it's fine. But I mean, shit, like we will get one, like I said, we'll get more stuff with like mid and lower card people to have something to do, and then like skits like fucking one of Godfather's hoes having it when fucking Ivory, I think, was massaging, I think it was Crash in his hotel, smashed a vase over his head and pinned him. Fucking Mighty Molly winning the motherfucker at, I forget what pay-per-view that was. Like, we can get good shit out of this. So
Mhm.
yeah.
And the fact that NXT and 205 Live and literally
Right.
whatever show you want to be on can do it, that helps.
Everybody. NXT UK, 205 Live, Raw, SmackDown, every fucking body.
I don't know how NXT UK is going to get it. They already went to London 2 weeks ago.
Fucking Bruiserweight gonna show up on a show, grab that motherfucker and take it overseas and
And then lose that shit to Walter. Walter, the homie. I've only seen one match with the dude. But Walter's the homie. I don't care.
That was a great match. My initial reaction with that was, bruh, Walter is the most fear striking or like
And
intimidating.
that's what made him perfect
There's
to
nothing
be
special
that
about
dude.
just Walter.
That's what made him perfect to be that dude that took the title. Because it's you beat everybody. You're pretty much Oscar-fying WWE UK. But have you ever fought Walter? Who the fuck is Walter?
He's still there looking intimidating as shit. That fucking silhouette with that fucking classical music and shit. Yeah. But yeah, okay, so 24/7 title. The first title, champion to have like the inaugural 24/7 title champion was Titus O'Neil
Good shit for Titus.
for all of like 5 minutes.
But he finally got some kind of nod. With all the shit that they keep constantly being like, oh, Titus wins Dad of the Year for entertaining. Titus does this, that, and the other. They keep pointing out all his fucking like non-wrestling shit, but they never really give him anything in the wrestling. They just like brag that they got this guy that's a really nice guy and look at all his real life accomplishments.
They make him an inaugural champion for like 5 minutes.
But considering he's otherwise an entire fucking joke, because let's laugh at him tripping at the Royal Rumble for 5 months.
To play devil's advocate, does that add to his jokeness?
Kinda, but it still works because he has a title. If this title sticks around for a long time, he's still the inaugural champion, and he can still end up being multi-time in that case. But him losing it in 5 minutes keeps with the fact that he's been a joke the whole time. But it's still a nod that hey, Titus, and he's clearly cool with being a joke, much like R-Truth is.
Yeah, R-Truth has been a joke since fucking.
But I'm just saying, they're clearly okay with, they're in on it. You know what I mean? Right. They're accepting of the role, which is fine. Heath Slater's accepting of his role. There's nothing wrong with being accepting of your role, but it keeps with that because he lost it in 5 minutes. But it's still a nod to him because it's a belt he's had.
Did the primetime players ever get the title?
Probably, but you get my point.
I know what you're saying. I'm not trying to like gotcha. I'm curious.
But he was taken slightly more. I'm gonna say yes, but they were also taken slightly more seriously as a unit than they were ever separately. The second they separated them, Titus O'Neil was intimidating for like 3 weeks when he started Omega barking at people, and then they like, fuck it, he's a joke.
And then Darren Young kind of floundered around in mid-card, and they just forgot about him.
Darren Young was looking intimidating till they found out he was gay, and then they took him off TV for a while. Then they're like, oh no, that makes us look bad for keeping a gay person off TV for a while. Let's give him a push for a bit, and then, okay, look, we literally have nothing for you, so we're going to cut you.
But yeah, so Titus wins the belt, the inaugural champ, for 5 minutes. Then Robert Roode, who we promoted the new Robert Roode with the mustache and everything. They fucking forgot about his ass. Here come Robert Roode. Robert Roode fucking like pins Titus on his way up the damn ramp on the stage, and then he takes the fuck off. That's what I'm saying, man. As long as we don't overdo this shit, I think this will be good. And for this to be the first week, I was happy because you gotta do something with the first week.
No, like I said, like the initial thing showed how sporadic it can change. Monday showed how sporadic it can change. Yeah.
Okay, then we had Drew McIntyre versus The Miz. Drew McIntyre won when he got the Claymore. Shane got in, threw some of his shitty worked punches. I'm sorry, Shane, the punches, what the hell? Threw some of his shitty punches. Then he was like, hold him down, he's going to do a coast to coast. But then Roman came out and started Superman punching, spearing motherfuckers. And
3 years ago.
What else is new?
3 years ago. You go back. And you're just sitting there, and you yourself from the future comes out. Guess what? In 3 years, Roman Reigns gonna save The Miz from an attack.
Bruh. But if you think about it...
From heel Shane McMahon.
Bruh. You go back far enough and like, yeah. Shit, you go back far enough and you be like, yeah, you know that Big E Langston dude that doesn't say shit? He's actually gonna team up with Kofi Kingston. It's like, okay, maybe.
Well,
that's not as shocking as what you said.
They're both black, so yeah.
But I mean, like, but it's like, yeah, and then Dolph Ziggler, who like Big E is like, the lackey for a bodyguard or whatever. He's not gonna mean shit for a long time. Like, we'll get to Ziggler because I know Ziggler has something to do. Then, bro, now this was the funniest thing for the 24/7 championship in the night, bro. When Robert Roode was running from everybody, and R-Truth was like, yeah, I'll help you. And he ducked in the trunk, closed the trunk, everybody ran by, opened it. And he said, all right, yeah, let's go. He opened the door, and a ref got out the passenger seat.
I saw the betrayal coming from a mile away. I just thought when he put him in the trunk, he was just gonna drive off with them somewhere. But when he let him out the car, it's like, wait, is R-Truth actually being genuine? And then there's a rep in the passenger seat. I'm like, yeah, get him.
He opened the door, and the ref walked out. He's like, what the fuck is this? What the fuck? And he just beat him up. But the ref was just sitting in there like, hey, what's good? Yeah, I'm sorry, man. Like,
you just got punked. Wait, what?
much Aston Kutcher comes out right. What the fuck? Bruh. And then he pinned, and R-Truth had it, and then he drove the fuck off. Like,
That's
yeah.
showing our age, referencing punked.
Yeah. Then we had a no disqualification match, which the fucking, speaking of the reign of terror that we talked about in the Money in the Bank preview, fucking all of a sudden this match was no DQ. Triple H might have said it from back in the day, because this match was not said to be no DQ until the announcer said it.
I missed that. I miss Triple H just coming out every fucking week. And that pretty much was his catchphrase for like 6 months.
This lazy boy that he fucking was
that was godlike.
And then Stephanie sat on the arm of the chair.
We need another heel that's that fucking comfortable.
He was sitting this lazy boy, Stephanie sitting on the arm of the chair, and then he just, this match is no, and he just watch like
FDX just goes and beats the shit out of the person
with like all kind of like cheating shit. Yeah, no man,
godlike.
Kofi ended up getting the pin after a Trouble in Paradise on Baron Corbin. After the match was over, Lashley continued to fight. Brock Lesnar. Well, not Brock Lesnar, but Paul Heyman teased that it was going to be a cash in, and then Brock just came out, and nothing happened, and then more and more fighting. Show goes off the air.
By the way, before we move on to SmackDown, what did you think about the Hour 3 aesthetic?
Yeah, well, I got to go back first off and just say, because everybody was like, I don't even remember, like, I must have tuned out without realizing it. I don't remember Mick saying, yeah, we're going to turn the lights down and this and that. I didn't remember him saying that. But
I don't remember him saying we're going to turn the lights down. He just said he's going to make Hour 3 interesting. And then by the time that next match started with McIntyre and Miz, I realized, holy shit, it's dark as fuck. And they also were being a bit more, like, brutal inset match, not whipping out weapons and shit, but
I didn't notice. I got
my thing. Well, I say a bit more brutal. Maybe it's just because maybe it just felt that way. But what I'm thinking is, in theory, it could turn out, and this is also wishful thinking. Let me just say, it could turn out that Hour 3, because let's be honest, PG, for the kids. If your kid's still up at fucking 11 o'clock at night.
So I think I see what you're getting at. They're saying
Hour 3 gets a bit more heavy and, a bit more brutal still. Not quite old school, but a bit more on the hardcore side.
Cool.
Not hardcore, but you get my point. That might be what they were going for overall. And did you have them turn down the lights just like Adult Swim style? Like, okay, your kids should be in fucking bed by this moment. If they ain't and they still watching the channel, that's on you.
That's your fault. Right, yeah. I see what you're getting at. I didn't think about it like that, but that honestly makes sense as to where they're probably going with this. Because, they turned the lights down. They had a black, like all blacked out, like Raw logo.
I liked it. I like the aesthetic.
Yeah. I thought that like the no lights in the arena was weird. I was like, this is odd. I got to get used to this shit. But yeah. And then unless I misunderstood, which apparently I did because of SmackDown, it sounded like he said the 24/7 title would only be defended if it is defended on the third hour. But I probably misheard that part.
He did make it sound like that.
Okay, yeah, okay. So it did seem like that, but it doesn't seem like that's going to be the case because of SmackDown. It was all over the whole show.
It's 24/7.
Yeah, exactly. It's actually 22/7 because the first 2 hours of Raw is not defended. What the fuck?
It's 22-1 or 22. Yeah, 22-1.
Right. No. But I mean, if that is what they're going for, that would not necessarily be a bad thing. Like the last hour is for the adults. We get all this little fun family, whatever. If we go family, whatever stuff, PG, and now we get a little more like, yeah, all right, a little more going into the route of adult. I didn't see it like that, Pete. But if that is what, like that makes sense as to where they might be going. And to add to that, because we all know it, and it just has to be stated, of course, that we all know that AEW is breathing down their necks, and AEW Double or Nothing is apparently going to be TV 14.
Well, not just Double or Nothing, but the TNT show.
Oh, okay. I thought it was just the event. I didn't know the whole show. But that's even more like, yeah. So if they're going to be TV 14, which wrestling back in the day was TV 14, then yeah, they got to try to appeal to the crowd also, right?
Now, I'm going down with the ship regardless if AEW does smite WWE and all that stuff. I'm going down with the ship because that's just how I do things.
I feel you.
However, I will probably watch some AEW because
I'm going to check it out. Yeah.
And, like, they do have some wrestlers and stuff. And they're going to CEO, so I get to go to the Fighter Fest at CEO this summer.
That's what's up.
You should.
But I feel like
you need to come to another fucking CEO. This shit's great.
I need to come back and visit y'all. Yeah.
But anyway, so there's my plug for CEO. CEO Daytona. Fucking watch it.
But I feel like everybody who's a wrestling fan right now, one, you big wrestling fan. One, you know about AEW, and two, you should just be interested. I'm not like, oh my god, WWE's dead.
There's one thing AEW doesn't have in the fight against WWE. And that's a bona fide superstar.
WWE does?
WWE has quite a few.
Because that's one thing that me and my big brother been talking about is like...
Here's the thing.
There's nobody in WWE right now who's like the guy. Like they tried to make Roman the guy and he got rejected and they just said, fuck it.
Well,
but Cena was the guy. Rock was the guy.
Okay, here's my thing. Even with what you're saying, their top people... Your Romans, your Rollins, or if they do want to just slap their dick on the table and drop a Cena or a Rock or somebody from the past because they're just like, look at this, look at what I'm packing. If they ever want to do that, they can do that. AEW doesn't have one of those yet. They have some decently big names, but they're all decently big indie circuit. They need to have.
His name is Jericho,
and he's like in his mid to late. How old is Jericho?
Jericho's in his like 50s, man. Like for real. But the biggest, like Chris Jericho signing to AEW made everybody go, huh? Like shout out to Home Improvement, like. Yeah, like Chris Jericho signing to AEW made everybody be like, I might have to check this out.
Yeah, but Chris is 48. So he's Jericho, but he's not Jericho. So you can't really flagship him. You got him as a big name on your show, but right now your biggest names are Kenny Omega, who is godlike, and a really cool dude. Don't get me wrong, but he's not.
His name is not huge in America.
Yeah. Cody Rhodes, who owns the thing and stuff, and obviously son of Dusty, and obviously decently talented in the ring and really good with his new persona he has and everything, but still not quite killing WWE level. They don't have that big name.
I think the Young Bucks signed.
They don't have that Hogan is the third man yet. That straight up. We acquisitioned some, and even the people who are planning or are trying to leave WWE to go, they don't have that thing yet. Now, if they get an Ambrose, considering he's Shield level and Shield tier, especially if he goes back to Moxley status, which at the very least, that's what he's doing in general with whatever he's doing right now.
That's what I've heard, yeah.
But if he goes AEW with the Moxley thing, then they have someone that they can...
Well, I'll say two things. One, before we get into SmackDown, one is when the show starts, because of the fact they don't have like the huge, like, big like mega star right now. One, if they when their show starts, they can make those people those big stars that they don't have, and make them the star power, high status. First off, and then two, if they get somebody like John Moxley, Sasha Banks is not hugely on that level, but Sasha will be a big get because of the rumors. But the thing I was gonna say is the big get that they could get is if CM Punk showed up.
Now, again,
that would be crazy.
Now, if they get that, then sure.
That would be insane.
If they get that, then sure. But from all things, it doesn't look like he wants to wrestle at all. We'll see.
Right.
Because he's still on his MMA kick. If he switches it around, then sure, whatever.
But if they can see him Punk, that'll be like, bruh, WWE, like, at least for a week, even if AEW sucks, at least for a week they lost if they can see him Punk. Like, because everybody would just be like, holy shit, I would tune in and see what the fuck would happen with that one. Like, I'm going to tune in anyway, but I would make sure I tuned in for that. Smackdown, 21st of May, 2019. All right. So, we opened the show, bro. This shit was hilarious. Who the fuck was this dude? Fucking skinny Big E. We opened the show with Kobe and Xavier Woods talking about welcome back, Big E.
Yeah.
Who the fuck was that
random
guy?
ass dude pretending to be Big E. They're like, you ain't no Big E.
That shit was hilarious because he like brought out pancakes and like had the robe and shit. I was like, what? I was like, because it was funny, but I was like, who in the fuck even is that? Bruh, I love it. It reminded me just how much I love all three New Day members, and it also showed just how great Big E is at his silliness. Like, going back to what I said about the whole Big E Langston shit, it's crazy. It's crazy looking back when he was Big E Langston and all, you know, and then lost his name or whatever, and how he was so serious at that time with Ziggler and shit. And then you see now, and he's like the silliest motherfucker in New Day. And that's so crazy. Like, you let somebody's personality shine, and it's so different. But I mean, they wanted to build him as a big man back then that took no nonsense because he's huge. But then, you know, you let his personality show, and fun find out this dude is fucking silly as hell. But yeah, like, who the fuck was that dude? Like, in that shit. And then they like, wait, and they brought him out with the bag over his head and shit. Bro, that shit was funny. And then the real Big E came back with a knee brace on. And then he said, welcome back, Big E, with the presence. He said, let me smell you. Let me smell you. Bro, I loved everything about this segment. Welcome back, Big E.
Indeed.
Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn interrupted. Big E was like, no, and like fucking started biting the present. Like, what the fuck? And then what was funny too was I was glad they made a quick little nod to Big E on Twitter, trying to like fucking like fuck Becky Lynch's mama or whatever.
Oh, that cracked me up. He's like, yeah, I do always want to. She's taken. I know, but I want her. Yeah, she is fine.
And then, I know she's fine. I know she's fine. That shit was funny as hell. That shit was hilarious. Yeah, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens came out and they set up Kofi Kingston versus Sami Zayn later. Then we got Ali versus Andrade in an amazing match. Like, I thought the match was pretty goddamn good. There was like a reverse Frankensteiner or whatever, where he like did the Frankensteiner, but behind the back of, I want to say, Andrade, so he like flipped him on the back of his head. Yeah.
That was a good match.
Which is shows all the more reason why one of these two should have been the one to win the fucking Money in the Bank.
They're both really good.
Honestly, Andrade winning the Money in the Bank would have been good because Zelina in his corner. And he doesn't look bad on the mic. He just can't speak English that well, seemingly. But shit, both of that would have been great. And then
that's what the mouthpiece is for. You can literally just have this Brock Lesnar dynamic thing, but
with somebody else. Yo, then we go to our first 24/7 title skit on SmackDown, where we have Carmella and R-Truth. So of course, I was definitely wrong to be like, seemingly went heel because she said Mella's money. She's still a face. You were right. Duh. I jumped out the window way too hard with that. Like, way too hard with that one. But yeah, so she was still with R-Truth.
I expected her to betray R-Truth and try and take the title.
It might happen.
Maybe, but I expected it on Tuesday.
Oh, you thought okay, yeah. I think it would have been too soon. I see what you said though. I saw somebody on Twitter too when our troop had her on piggyback running away, and somebody was like, "Yeah, man, you really gotta hand it to Carmella. Like that's a true friend. Didn't betray him once. It might be coming." But yeah, our troop dressed up like in a wig. That was a shitty ass wig, which it was supposed to be. But goddamn, like goddamn.
Goes back to my whole thing about him and Titus okay with being jokes.
And like I said, and our troop has been okay with being a joke for years.
Mm-hmm.
Since he realized since he was the main heel on Raw all them years ago, and they came up with this whole Lil Jimmy and him being crazy shit. Since then, our troop has been okay with okay, I'm a joke. All right, cool. Let's lean into it. So yeah, like the shitty wig. Gotta hand it to Corey Graves for making a fucking Game of Thrones reference. When he was like, our troop, is he gonna try to defend the title or take over the 7 realms or 7 kingdoms or whatever fuck?
He's 47.
Yeah, he's old.
Also, probably another reason why he's okay with being a joke.
Right. Because he's like, is what it is. But he like, yeah.
At least I'm still on TV making a paycheck.
Exactly. And with this belt, everybody's saying our troop is one of the best people to do it, and I agree. Because you can get comedic shit and he's athletic. So,
and on that note with Titus, 42.
I did not know Titus was that old.
I knew he had to be old because they talked about how he sacked Peyton Manning in college.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. And Peyton Manning is up there.
About the same age.
Yeah. But yeah, R-Truth, he asked Carmella to help him to like get his disguise to look more convincing so he could hide from, all the people trying to get his belt. And then Carmella gives him a makeover and he looked the exact fucking same. Except that he had on a fucking like crop top.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was like, for real? And then everybody's saying, but I gotta say it, man. This dude, he walks to the ring with sunglasses, the wig, the crop top, or whatever.
And he still wore the fucking belt.
What the fuck?
Like, all right, true. Even
funny.
if you thought that the disguise could work, even if you rolled a fucking nat 20 on your goddamn disguise check, everybody would have been like, oh, no, that's a different person. Yo ass still wore the fucking belt out.
And he wasn't even holding it. He was wearing it around his waist.
Exactly. Like, so it's like, oh, so even if they think you're someone else who took the title from Truth.
Like, come on, Truth. That shit was hilarious, though. But yeah, Carmella and Mandy Rose ended up stopping because everybody ran out to get it. And I'm sorry, this was funny. I don't care if anybody hated it. I loved this shit. This was hilarious when the match stopped and R-Truth fucking put Carmella on his back and ran through the audience away from everybody. That was fucking hilarious.
I liked it.
I loved every bit of this 24/7 shit. Like I said, don't overdo it.
What I really like is that he got away.
Yes.
See, that's what I said. With the combination of the two, you showed how sporadic it could be on Monday, but Tuesday you showed that yes, we're not literally gonna have the title change hands every fucking night.
Like 2 or 3 people have the title every Monday and Tuesday.
There will be people who can actually hold on to this for a while as long as they stay fucking alert.
I can't wait to see what happens when it starts crossing into NXT and all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be interesting.
Well, it might have already.
Because they're also doing exclusive videos. Because I saw Matt Hardy was waiting in the fucking I saw exclusive WWE YouTube video. Matt Hardy's waiting by some cars with a ref, looking out for R-Truth. And the interviewer was being a dumbass, but he kept saying, "Matt, what are you doing?" He's, "I'm waiting by these cars for R-Truth. I heard he was coming this way, and you are blowing my cover by standing here." 2, 3 seconds, 5 seconds. "So you're waiting for R-Truth, Matt?" "Yes, and you standing here is giving me away. I heard he was coming this way, and I'm going to get the title." 5, 6, 7, 8 seconds. "So do you think you have a chance, Matt?" It's like, bruh, leave.
Dude, get the fuck out of here. I'm trying to hide and get this damn belt.
But I like that they're also because of the fact that wrestling is so ingrained in the internet, that they're making it where it's like, who knows? After this shit gets established, it might change hands on an exclusive video that wasn't on a programming.
I
You know?
mean, it's the 24/7 rule. That
Mhm.
it goes back to that whole. Wow, you guys were out last week. Well, Crash Holly landed at Arkansas Airport, ready to come to Little Rock's match tonight, and he got hit in the airport by fucking Hardcore Holly or Raven. It attacked him in the airport, and Raven's the new champion, only to go around the corner and get speared by Edge. Oh, Edge is the champion.
Right, I love that, man. I love that. And like I said, had a promo where Bailey said she's moving past hugs. So I think I know you say sometimes you don't like the idea of people dropping their gimmick depending or whatever. I know you say that sometimes. Not trying to put words in your mouth, but I think that this, in a sense, is good for Bailey right now.
Depends on what she means by it.
Depends on what she means by it. Yes, I agree.
Because she literally said that I'm dropping the hugs and came out and had I'm a hugger everywhere.
Well, yeah, that's true. Because when Becky Lynch went from the whole straight fire last kicker to the man, she embraced the hell out of that gimmick with everything except the music.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I agree with you on that. She even walks out the ring to the ring different. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Her ring attire changed up a little bit. Not too much, but a little bit. So, yeah, Becky Lynch did lean all the way into that. We'll see. I don't think that Bailey's mic skills are the greatest yet, but I do think that maybe they're getting there. We'll see.
Well, if she has a at least semi-personality change, that can help, depending on... Because one thing we got to keep into account when we judge people's mic skills is what they're given to work with and if that actually messes with their personality or what they're able to portray.
This is true. Although...
Like, you can judge, like, putting myself out there.
Okay.
You can judge my own acting skills, and this is not me being self-deprecating and stuff, but you would judge me completely differently as an actor if you saw me in a comedy or a serious role where I'm a villain, as opposed to a serious role where I have to cry, be sad, or scared.
That's true. Like, for instance, rest in peace, Heath Ledger. But yeah, all the people like who, you know, Mr. 10 Things I Hate About You. Not that he was necessarily bad in that movie, but they would not have expected him to do what he did with The Dark Knight. So yeah. So there you go.
And the same thing happens with wrestlers. Like, you take your Rocky Maivas, you scrap that character.
That's a good point.
You turn it to The Rock. There you go.
Because if you would have just seen Rocky Maivia, like, and he had never got a chance to become like The Rock.
Yeah. You take
like,
your...
Oh, this dude is not... Oh, fuck
You
this.
take your ringmasters, you turn them to Stone Colds. You take your Liakis, you turn them to Roman Reigns. It's still technically an improvement.
I was about to say, is that a good one? I was about to be like, is that a good one?
It's a hell of a lot better than a Liaki.
I don't know shit about Liaki.
Exactly.
You take your Hunter Hearst Helmsleys, put him to Triple H.
Yeah, you cut the name down a bit, and then there you go. Like, so, the right tweaks to actually bring out the actors' like strong suits, when you play to the wrestlers' actual strong suits with their gimmicks, it works. Because, you know, your big reds or mean marks can become a goddamn Undertaker.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? But I will say this though, because going to that, I agree. I see what you're saying, and I agree with a lot of it. But Becky Lynch, when she was still last kicker straight fire, before she got a chance to have as much mic time as she does now, when she did get on the mic, I still saw, oh shit, she's good on the mic.
Screen time and gimmick are two different things. And before, she was likable, and people could get behind her, but WWE still couldn't see her as that box office thing until she at least had that first run with the championship where she started referring to herself in third person as the champ, as opposed to the man. And then later, after her feud with Charlotte, it became a the man thing because Ric Flair, if you want to be the man, you got to beat the man.
You gotta beat the man, right?
So it's the concept of the man, and so that's what she changed it to the man, especially because she wasn't champ anymore.
But yeah, if whatever move past hugs means,
like I said, we'll see.
Yeah, I don't want Bailey to necessarily switch her character up too much unless it works. But I don't think she needs a huge switch. But we'll see what this means.
Like I said, I've always that's part of why everybody was interested in what a heel Bailey would look like with the whole Sasha Bailey tease or whatever.
Before the Dr. Shelby shit, her slapping around Sasha was actually really interesting.
Yeah.
That was the one. You know how sometimes on Raw there's the one thing where I'm turning in mainly for this. That was the one thing I tuned in for next week to see what would happen with.
And then
they did fucking a rehashing of Team Hell No. Anyway,
and not even in a good way. I was okay with the Dr. Shelby shit because of Hell No. I actually liked the Dr. Shelby shit at first. I say at first. It didn't go. I liked the inclusion of Dr. Shelby because it's like, hey, I remember him from that one good thing.
Bringing him back was like, oh shit, yeah.
Yeah, I remember him from that one good thing. Maybe they can keep this, and make this a good thing.
Because Team Hell No shouldn't have worked in all intents and purposes, but
exactly.
You had two amazing performers as far as Kane and Daniel Bryan who understood and surprisingly had good chemistry and made it work. But yeah, no, without going too far into Boss Hug, but everything about their tag team was stolen from other shit that worked. Boss Hug, Rock Sock connection. Fucking Dr. Shelby was Team Hell No. Come on. Anyway, we'll see what happens with Bailey. I'm happy to see Bailey with a title. And yeah, we'll maybe she's gonna have a little more fire because Stone Cold said on this podcast several times, and I agree. When it comes to a baby face, no matter how good or bad or whatever, you gotta have some fire. Becky showed fire, yeah. You gotta have some fire, and that's one thing.
Even though we don't necessarily like his promos when he's mad, Roman. Roman is good, Roman.
He at least shows a little bit. No,
this version of Face Miz.
Fucking Kofi.
Yeah, this version.
Joking. Kofi's fired up now.
Yeah, and this version of Face Miz is a hell of a lot better than previous Face Miz because we got fucking Miz standing in the ring, bleeding from his head, holding a chair come and get it, motherfucker. I ain't never thought in a million years I'd see that Miz. Miz has always been the chicken shit heel, and he was great at it. Nothing against him saying that he was a chicken shit heel. That's just the archetype he was playing. It was fine. That was a role that was perfect for him, and he made it work.
He was good at it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But no, the one thing that Bailey has not really shown, except for when she slapped around Sasha for that one time,
it's fire.
She hasn't really shown fire. So, bless you. So we'll see if, we can get some fire. Because you got to get you can laugh at joke all the time, but you got to get the crowd to be like, oh shit, they're not to be fucked with.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Especially if you're the top face at the moment.
Exactly.
Or vying for it.
Of course, Bailey is going for that, right? So yeah, Elias then fucking played guitar on top of a production truck while Roman walked by. Even
that was hilarious. Yeah. That's how the fuck did... Okay, you know what? This is... I'm okay with this. It seems like an Elias thing to do.
It was an Elias thing to do. I love Elias, but it was man to me.
I liked it.
That moment was man to me.
I liked it. It was random, and I like a little bit of random. It goes into the whole sports entertained category as opposed to just wrestling. So I was fine with it. It was a nice in-character choice for him to do that. And Roman's response of just, what the fuck are you doing, / walking away annoyed also worked. I was okay with the scene.
And then we had Kofi Kingston. Before he went out, we found out that Kevin Owens had previously attacked Big E in his already injured knee. And that was the reason why Big E would not be able to come out. So Kofi was like, okay, well, Woods, you stay here with E, and then I'll go handle Sammy in the ring. Now,
earlier in the night, Sammy had ominously predicted that the night wasn't going to end well for them. with all the joking they were
I
going to
missed that
make.
part.
That's how he ended his thing out there. Oh, you guys are joking now, and you made Kevin walk away sad. But by the end of the night, there won't be any laughing from any of you.
I missed that part. What was I gonna say? But yeah, so then Kofi, he says that or whatever. Now I heard that the reason why Big E got like injured, so called or whatever, or hit again or whatever, is because they want to get him back on the show, but he's still not medically cleared.
Oh yeah,
to wrestle.
That knee brace was like, yeah, he's not.
So
like,
that was
when I saw him come out with the brace, it's like, yeah, he's not fully.
That's a way of protecting him.
Mm-hmm.
Just like they protected Alexa, but still made her look good. They protected E, but still made him look good.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what protecting does.
Exactly. So then we got, like I said, Kofi goes over on Sami Zayn with the Trouble in Paradise. After the match, Paul Heyman, comes out, teases, like, oh shit, and then Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah.
Like I said, we gonna get into what Dolph Ziggler did. Dolph Ziggler.
Mm-hmm.
And he beat the shit out of Kofi.
Yeah, he did.
He beat that man. God damn.
There you go. He's showing some of that fire you wanted to see.
Jesus, but he was already a heel, so like.
Well, yeah, you made it an argument for faces, but I'm just joking about like you showed some of that fire.
That motherfucker, you talking about fire? That motherfucker showed. Goddamn it, he showed an inferno.
Motherfucker.
He showed a fucking inferno shit. He's fucking bonfire. He beat the shit out of that man. Put the chair around his neck, which I haven't seen anybody do in a while. Put the chair around his neck and throw him in the shit. And
he put the chair around his neck and actually got to attack the chair. Because people have threatened to attack the chair and then get like stopped for whatever reason.
Yeah, he beat the fuck out of him. Only thing he didn't do was zigzag him, but he kind of didn't need to. Just beat the fuck out of him to the point where they wheeled Kofi out, and then the crowd was invested too because they were booing, and then when Kofi got wheeled out and fought his way off of the stretcher and walked out under his own power, the crowd cheered and clapped, so they were into it, very much into it. Then this is what we were talking about earlier, where we were saying Bayley and Becky went back and forth about on some we're both faces, but one of these days I'm gonna come for your title shit. And then it's like I wouldn't have it any other way. And again, like I say, Bayley was like, I'm not gonna lay down and let you do it. So there we go. I hope we get to see more from this, man. Bayley ends up winning with a roll up on Charlotte for that win, and then Dolph Ziggler cuts a promo about why he attacked Kofi. Now I'm gonna tell you what I thought about Ziggler's promo. You can tell me what you thought, but I'm gonna say I've been looking at, like I say, the various wrestling channels that I follow in What Culture, Wrestling with Regret, and things of that various nature. Everybody talk about how they thought this promo was good. I see where he was going. I was like, no, because
Ziggler?
Yeah, because
it should have been me.
Yeah, because Ziggler came out and okay, I get the whole heel whiny thing or whatever, but this was too whiny, not in a good way. And then his voice, it should have been me. And then this, and it should have been me. And then Kofi, and it should have been me. I thought it made Ziggler look like a bitch, and not in a chicken shit heel way, but like a bruh.
To an extent, I get what you're saying, and I think that's only because it went on too long.
It did go on for a while,
but why people could be praising it and why I didn't necessarily hate it as much as you apparently did.
I wasn't a fan. Yeah,
I liked it because, in all honesty, Ziggler's and Kofi's stories aren't, I'll say, too different. Obviously, Ziggler did get to have a Money in the Bank and a World Wrestling title, so that is more than Kofi got in the same span of time. Because you got to remember, Ziggler's been around. Ziggler's been around since fucking Spirit Squad.
Right.
So he's been around for fucking ever.
He was Nikki. Yeah.
Like, Spirit Squad is when I went to fucking college, so that's about... He's probably been there longer than fucking Kofi. So...
Yeah, no, Spirit Squad was before Kofi. Spirit Squad was 06, I believe, and Kofi came in like 08 or 09.
Yeah, so there you go. So... I get the gist of the promo, because Yeah, he had
no,
that.
yes.
Like, he's a former world heavyweight champion, and no one fucking remembers it because he had it such a short amount of time because he got a concussion, and they took the belt off his ass and said, never again, you got fucking concussed, because they like to do that to people. Kind of like a certain Irishman who got injured by his opponent and lost his title, and they're like, yeah, never again with you being in the big spotlight. They at least they did finally give him the Intercontinental title, so there is that. But you get my point.
I know what you're saying.
Like, they lost faith in Finn because of people botching on him, which is a fucked up rub to get. And Ziggler has been a fucking workhorse for a long time, much like Kofi, and in some cases, even more so. Like, if we're talking overall, like, in-ring ability and, like, just the effort they put into certain matches. Because Kofi...
Debatable.
I say in some cases. Obviously, yes, black people struggle. It's harder for them, so they got to work harder and stuff like that. But taking that off of their... Like, they're... To be fair, the New Day, as much as they put into their work, like... And obviously they had their shit with Usos, but like early on, as much as they put to make the gimmick like thing, there is, and even Kofi has said it like in character, there was a sense of complacency because, you know, hey, we're our buddies and we're doing this here with this. Ziggler had a good period of time where people were talking about him as like the next, you know, this guy's got the thing.
I think people were saying he was the next Shawn Michaels at one point.
Yeah, or that kind of shit. Like, he's that guy that can make anybody look good as long as you put him in the ring with fucking Ziggler. As good as Kofi is, and Kofi's great, that was never said about Kofi.
That was never said about Kofi. No, that is true.
And I can say that I never thought that about Kofi. Not to say that I thought Kofi was bad. I never thought Kofi was...
The idea didn't pop in your head.
Yeah, I never thought Kofi was put him in a match with Kofi. That's a fucking classic waiting to happen.
Yeah.
And hell, you, were like, I'm not sure how I feel about this Kofi Kingston reign just yet. You know, like with his mic skills. His mic skill or like even some of his like passion in the matches, but he's obviously proving everybody wrong about that now that he has the championship. Mm-hmm. And congrats to Kofi. I'm happy he did finally get to do it after the thing with Randy happened. Yes. After the thing with Randy happened a long time ago. So, to bring it back to on topic, Dolph Ziggler's "It Should Have Been Me" speech isn't on topic as bad as it is. Because, and even with some of the tiers and potentials that he had with the whininess to it, you believe that he probably actually does feel like this.
Yes, well, I mean...
Which is why it goes that way. Yeah, he whined a little bit too much and it made him look like a bitch, but he ain't supposed to look like the best when he just attacks somebody from behind. And I agree with you that it went on. I agree with you to an extent in the sense that I agree it went on too fucking long.
It did.
2, 3, or 4, "It Should Have Been Me's" would have been fine. He went for like 7 or 8 "It Should Have Been Me's." To the point that I literally, while watching with my roommate and his girlfriend, just did the fucking NSYNC parody of "It Should Have Been Me." After that, because it's like, okay, I can't take this as seriously anymore. I get your point.
That's what it was.
I get your point.
Take it that serious.
I get your point, and I believe that you do, in fact, believe that, because your ass hasn't been on TV since, like, fucking January, since this Kofi Kingston thing started. So I could believe Dolph Ziggler was sitting there having to go to comedy clubs just so people can fucking see him, since WWE wasn't putting him on TV, and, like, what the fuck? I put in even more work than Kofi, even if you just want to talk about tenure with the company.
Yeah. No, I see what you're saying.
Why is this not my moment? So I get it, and I get why other people latched on to the believability of it, and that's why they rate it so high.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing, like I said, because I believe everything you said as far as like what Ziggler feels, how he should feel. He probably does agree even beyond just the whole what it is within the show itself, and what Nick Nemeth, the guy, probably feels like that. Like all of that shit. Like I said, the biggest thing with me was just the fucking delivery. Like you said, it was hard to take it serious because of the delivery. It was just very much.
Well, because it went on too long. The first few "it should have been me's" were fine, and then just stop saying "it should have been me." Just be like, "and that's why I attacked him."
Yeah.
Or don't go through every single detail of the story.
Mm.
You know, skip ahead a bit.
But that's something I did not think about though. Spirit Squad, if I'm not mistaken, was like 05 or 06, and Kofi came in the company in like 08 and like Shine in 09. So yeah, he at least got like 2 years, if not 3, on him. So yeah. So yeah. But yeah. And also I was gonna say too, because of what I said about Big E. Big E is in the company. First thing he did was with fucking Ziggler.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Like I said, he came in as the silent, like.
Well, first thing he did when he came up to main roster.
Yeah. All right. Last match, Roman Reigns went over on Elias, got some spears off, despite Shane trying to interfere, cheating, whatnot. And then all of a sudden, Claymore, it's the last wild card, Drew McIntyre.
Who the fucking guessed? Ow, who would have guessed? Who the fucking guessed? Ow, who would have guessed? Who the fucking guessed?
What was I gonna say? Now, question is Becky Lynch part of the wild card? Is Becky Lynch signed to a brand? Because Becky Lynch, clearly when she had both titles, it made sense to go back and forth on each show. Now she got the Raw title, and I believe she signed to the Raw brand.
Yeah.
So, you still get to just do whatever the fuck you want, Becky?
I mean, I think she still fell within wild card.
Well, let's see. Okay, we had, if we gonna count it, we had Drew. We had who else?
Becky,
Lacey.
Roman.
Yeah, Becky, Roman, Drew, Lacey.
Yeah.
Sammy.
Is Sammy Raw exclusive?
I believe so.
Okay.
I'm not gonna check it right now, so I could be wrong.
Wait, Lacey was on SmackDown?
Yes, she was.
Oh yeah, tag team match.
Yep. So that would be 5. I mean, everybody's been saying this is the way it ended in a brand split without saying they've done it, and like you said on last week, they're making this shit up as they go along. But I don't believe Becky is included in the wild card, and if she is, that was 5. So. But so yeah, as it stands for the Super Showdown, because we gotta talk about it because it is a big event. We have Triple H versus Randy Orton, a 50-man battle royal. So not a 50-man Royal Rumble where they come out one at a time. 50 people are gonna be in this ring at the same time, bruh. Reinforce that bitch.
They won't be in there at the same time. You know damn well they won't be in there at the same time.
That's what a battle royal is.
It's a battle royal, not a Royal Rumble?
Yeah, it's a battle royal. Battle royal is everybody starting at the same time. And then,
I thought it was another Royal Rumble.
No, bro. So, yeah, reinforce that ring. You know how many pounds that is? 50 men that are 200, 250, 300, a few of them 400 pounds, bro.
Some are less than 200.
Not too many.
There's a decent amount that are less than 205 pounds.
Touche. But still, this is going to be a few tons in the ring, though. It's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you better reinforce that fucking ring. But yeah, Triple H versus Randy Orton, a 50-man battle royal. That's going to be a whole lot of convolution, too. Goldberg versus The Undertaker. Braun Strowman versus Bobby Lashley. Finn Balor defending the Intercontinental Championship as the Demon against Andrade. Roman Reigns versus Shane McMahon. Kofi Kingston defending the WWE Championship against Ziggler in the singles. So all of them are singles except the Battle Royal. All right, we'll get to predictions and whatnot for the Super Showdown when it's time for it. All in all, I would say this week I loved SmackDown way more than I liked Raw. And the biggest thing that I liked about this week was fucking the 24/7 title. Like, yeah.
Fair.
You got any closing thoughts, Pete?
SmackDown better than Raw.
Yeah. I thought.
Who would have guessed? Who'd have fucking guessed? Oh, who would have guessed?
What is that?
We want the fun.
No, but I mean, is that from something, or you just started singing it?
I just started singing it because
Okay, 'cause I know it's We Want the Funk. Yeah.
this shit's because it's predictable shit.
Yeah, man, we'll see about AEW. AEW has Double or Nothing this Saturday, I believe.
Well,
right?
they can't be predictable because there's nothing there beforehand.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying AEW is this Saturday, right? The 25th.
Sure.
I believe so, and we're recording this on the 23rd. So yeah, AEW will happen. So we'll see what the fuck happens as of next time. But yo, that being said,
Really good wrestling. That's what happens.
all elite. No, so that being said, if you would like to follow your boy, you can follow me on Twitter at SuperJazz2. That is SUPERJAZ2 on Twitter. You can also follow me on Instagram at JAZTUCKER. If you would like to hear some of my music, I am an MC. You can go ahead and like the Facebook page. That would be Super Jazz on Facebook.
Super Jazz!
Yeah, I was gonna keep going because I was like, he gonna do it one of these times. Anyway, so yeah, follow me on Facebook, like the page. It's Super Jazz on Facebook, SUPERJAZ. Let me not spell it too fast to the point where it sounds like garbage. And then also, if you would like to hear from my music duo, Same Difference, where I rap, my friend sings. That's not this friend Pete, but my other friend D-Dare Bionic.
D-Dare Bionic!
You can follow us on Twitter at Same Difference spelled correctly. Also Instagram at Same Difference spelled correctly. You can follow the Facebook page, like the Facebook, that Same Difference dash music, include the dash music, and then you can look for us on Spotify if you want to find the album. Same Difference. The album is 20-something. That is 20-something. Got to type all Same Difference 20-something out to find it. And the song, Same Difference, Kick the Door In. Got to type in Same Difference, Kick the Door In, because we're not that famous yet. And if you want to find my solo music, Super Jazz, Trust the Bounce is the lead song to my upcoming EP, Too Much Free Time, dropping very soon. What's up, Pete? Tell me, man. Tell me something good. Holla at me.
Tell me something good! Anyway, tell you lots of good things. You can find me.
Tell me that you like it. Okay, wait.
You can find me in Orlando's boo. Not actually in St. Louis. I was gonna do that reference, but I'm not there. I'm in St. Louis. No, well, in Orlando is the same syllable, but I also don't smoke it on Dubs, or roll on Dubs. I don't have a car, so the rest of the line didn't really matter. But no, you can find me on YouTube at Feo Grande, Feo Grande. At the moment, the main videos that have been posted have been of me doing a Let's Play of Final Fantasy IX where I do the voices. Still working on some of them. Some of them are going to be locked in, and some of them I'm more proud of than others. But anyway, it's fun. It's a little self-improvement project with my voice acting / developing a voice acting talent to begin with. So that'll be fun. Also, I got a Twitch, Giotavi, Giotavi, and a Twitter. That is the same as the Twitch. That is where you can find me at the moment. I don't have the Insta chats or the Snaptagrams, but I don't have any of those. But yeah, that's where you can find me. Also have some videos on the Feo Grande YouTube with my boy Jazz over here. If you want to see our lovely faces, and you do, you can watch them over there as we talk about some Dragon Ball Z, some geeky shit. You know what I'm talking about? Talk about that stuff, them Dragon Ball movies.
Get it in your life.
Talk about the best movie of all time, and the worst movie of all time, the Bio Brothers. We're going to talk about all kinds of stuff.
Enough.
All right. Go ahead. Send us out.
that being said,
so-
well, first of all, I looked it up, and yeah, it is this Saturday that AEW is having Double or Nothing. So this is when if there is a gauntlet to be laid down, this is when it starts being laid down. So we shall see.
I mean, it's successful. If it's anything, we just rated Money in the Bank a fucking D. So, I mean, all they gotta do is have a show with no fucking technical difficulties, and congratulations, it's better.
D plus. Jeez. By the way, check out the Money in the Bank review that we will be uploading also. But yo, that being said, man, like I said, I like SmackDown better than I liked Raw this week. But I mean, we'll see what happens with Brock winning the fucking briefcase. I don't know, man. But yo, all in all, y'all already know. Say it with me. If you need to make an audible, you can always
Call it in the ring. Adios.